Shankar.
Okay. Let's take 1 to 2 minutes.
Shankar.
Yes, one Shanghai. And wait for one of us to join us, and then we shall begin. Alright, so we've started the HSK2 book. For those who missed, you just go on our YouTube channel and try to follow up on the previous classes. Alright, so I'm sharing the screen, and there are some homeworks for HSK1 that you were supposed to do, but unfortunately you didn't do them. I urge you to do the homeworks and then submit on time. There is this one, it's in the HSK1 book. Yes, it's on page 115. There are about 3 homeworks. Alright, so we move on to book 2. So HSK book 2, we covered the content in the very first chapter. Yes, we learned some new words like yao, ji, and so on. Mao, a cat. We learned ta, which is another new one. It's a pronoun, means it. Yanjing, yanjing, which is an eye. It doesn't matter if it is a human eye or animal, it's just an eye. One of the senses of a normal person or animal. Yanjing. Hua Hua is the name of the cat. We saw the difference between the 3 tas. We see this ta. This ta is for he, right? Then this second one here, you see, is for she because it has the female character at the beginning. This is female, right? Yes. Ni, ye, you see, it has the female character. And then it has this similar thing. Ta. There are 3 tas. They are written differently, the character. In pinyin, it's written the same way. Alright, this is the ta for it or for animals, non-living things. Alright, without spending much of the time, we shall just move on to the next part of this lesson series. We looked at ji and duo. So this is ji. This is basically ji. It's written like this. Ji. It is ji. The third tone, which is falling and rising, indicates an indefinite number less than 10. It's not the first time talking about this. We looked at this in HSK1, right? Followed by measure word. For example, G, you see, G, tourist comes at the beginning, G, then plus measure word. Measure word can be like article, yeah. So nouns in Chinese have different measure words, different nouns with different measure words. But the common measure word is this G. This is read as G. Falling, Jiga. Jigaren. How many people? It means they are less than 10. That's why I use G. This is shu. This is shu. It's a noun, right? It means book. So for books, we use ben. Use this measure word here, ben. So for shu, you'll be like Ji ben shu. Okay. Ji ben shu because they are less than 10. Here. Ji. Jiga. 新的椅子 new chairs. We know that 椅子 is chairs. You see, they're saying 我们要不要买几个 some 几个 See, they don't need to buy more than. So if you use 几个, it means you're actually talking about a number, but it's not more than 10. 买几个新的 new 新的椅子 new chairs 椅子 When G is used after 10, it indicates a number greater than 10 but less than 20. For example, 十几个人. So you see in this case, it's used after 10, and 10 is 十 in Chinese, right? So it means it is a dozen of people or so. 12, 15, 17, but not greater than 20. Okay? Yes. So we know that 十 it is a number as it is 十, but it also indicates a group of tens. Tens is 10, okay, 20, 30, okay, up to 90, okay, but less than 100. That is tens. Remember that we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. So this should number greater than 20, less than 100. For example, G, you see now this here, G comes before 十. G 十个人, dozens of people. And then you have duo. You're looking at the difference between duo and G. Duo can be used together with numeral measure words, phrases. When the numeral less than 10, duo should be put behind the measure word. So like we have the sun. We have sun, which is a number. It says 三个多星期 3个多星期 Okay, it is put behind this measure word. Duo is also kind of similar to G, but it is used with a numeral like san. You see here I have Wu, which is number 5. Then Liu. Okay, the numeral is less than 10. So now we have Wu. Do you know this Xinqi, what it means? Xinqi is a week. Week. It means 3个多星期, 3 weeks and so. 5年 5 years 5年多 it is 5 years and so 第二个多月 okay seems there is a comment in the chat box. The screen is not shared. Really? Oh. Can you see my screen? Oh. Sheila, can you see my screen right now? Because some of us can see it. I don't know if you can see it right now. Kindly let us know. Sheila. Is it visible?
I can see the screen, but there is nothing shown.
Really? Oh. How about Mr. Comfort or Isaac? Is my screen visible?
Yeah, the screen is visible here.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe Sheila, you can check your network, or maybe leave and join again and see. Join with a different device. Alright, so let's continue. So here we have a short role play, and yeah, I've given you this homework. Try work on it. I don't know if you did that. So let's try to do the correction. From number 1, it says 什么时候去北京旅游最好为什么 They're asking what's the best time to go to Beijing. We saw that which month? Do you remember? What's the best time to go to Beijing for traveling? September, right? 9月 that's right. 9月去北京旅游最好。去北京旅游最好。This is the first answer. It has another question. 为什么 which is why. It means why. Why is it like? Why is it not March or maybe June? Why is it September? Because September is neither hot nor cold. Okay, the weather in September. So it says, 为什么? The answer is simple. 天气. 天气 is what? Weather. Okay. 天气. If you're wondering where I'm getting the answers they are already in the dialogues that we learned. So if you really learn the dialogue and took time to revise, then the answers are there. Everything is there. 天气不冷也不热 is a very simple answer for this question. Alright, if you don't understand, just let me know. 天气不冷也不热，去北京旅游最好。I have number 2. It says, 他们下午要做什么？他们下午要做什么？他们 them 下午 in the afternoon. 他们下午要做什么？ What do they want to do in the afternoon? Okay, so when you go back and look to what they are planning to do in the afternoon. You'll see 下午，明天下午买几个新的椅子。OK， 我们要不要买几个新的椅子？ So this is one. Is there anywhere else where they say 下午? You see here. 下午我们一起去踢足球吧。So you see 他们 them. Okay. So they're going to play football. Then you come back here. You already have an idea of what they're going to do in the afternoon. This is how you do this work because you're supposed the instruction answer the question based on the dialogue. It says you can start with 他们 because the subject used in the question. So bring it back in your answer. 他们下午 in the afternoon. 他们下午要去踢足球。They want to go play football. 踢足球。You can repeat 踢足球。他们下午要去踢足球。Then we have number 3. 你们想什么时候去买椅子？他们想什么时候去买椅子？ What time do they want to go buy the chair? It's 明天下午 we just saw that. 明天下午 tomorrow afternoon. Okay. If you want to put the exact time, you can still go back and check what time. Tomorrow afternoon, what time? 3点多。明天下午怎么样？你明天几点能回来？3点多。Okay. So if you just say 明天下午 you can add 3点多 because that's when it's coming back. Alright. I answered this for you yesterday. 花花在哪儿？ Where is 花花？花花在桌子下。Who is 花花？ The cat. Where is the cat? See. I'll show you the cat. It's here. You see, this is Mr. Hua Hua, and this is the table. And Hua Hua is right under the table. You see, 桌子下面，桌子 is under the 桌子下面 under below. This is Hua Hua with his 漂亮 eyes, beautiful. So it says 花花在桌子下面。Number 5 says 花花多大了？ How old is 花花？ 6 months, right? 第二个多月。6 months and so. Alright. Describe the pictures using newly learned language points and words. 我要去买。Here I use 几。We just learned how to use 几个。几 right before the new word. Before the measure word. You have measure word here. 几个新杯子。Some new cups. I want to go buy some new cups. These are new cups, right? 我要去买几个。你 see, look at them. 你买衣服去哪个商店吧？去那个商店吧。你 which word do we use here? Okay, I leave this one for you. You do it on this one, 3 of them. Alright, chapter 2. Let's do the matching. So the first picture here, this person is waking up from the bed. Waking up is 起床. Repeat after me, 起床. And then here I have medicine. Medicine is called 药. Once again, 药. How about this one? 出院. You see, the person is from the hospital, being discharged from the hospital. 出 is to get out. 院 is the hospital, saying goodbye to the doctors. 出院. And then I have this guy right here, he's running. 跑步. 跑步 is running. And then I have 生病. 生病 to be sick or to fall sick. 生病, the kid is sick, has a fever, so he's checking the temperature. So I have F here. F here can be 休息. 休息. Repeat once more. 休息. Alright. So now let's try do matching. 起床. 起床 means what? Matches which letter? 起床. Letter A. Because qi, you see, this qi means to get up. Get up. Qi, to stand up or to get up from whatever you're doing. Qi. Chuang is a bed. Qi chuang, so to get up from the bed. Literally, wake up. You see the alarm just rang and she's waking up. So you put A here. Qi chuang. Qi chuang. A here. 跑步. 跑步 means running. So D is here. 吃药. 吃 is to eat. 药 medicine. Who is taking medicine? B, right? Yes. 生病. 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 Sick. So it's E. E is sick. Number 5 is 休息. Read once more. 休息. 休息, resting or relaxing. 出院. 出院 means getting out of the hospital, saying goodbye to the doctors. 出院. 出院. C. 出院. Yes. Alright. So now we come to the next lesson. We have some new words here. 生病. 生病, fall ill or to be sick. Repeat after me. 生病. 生病. New word number 2 here is may. May, which is every or each. May. May. And then have 早上. 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 早 means early. 早上. Morning. We have 跑步. 跑步. Once more, 跑步. To run or to jog. 跑步. And then 起床, which is to get up. Or to get out of the bed. 起床. Oh yeah, Shayla, you can see the screen right now.
Yes, I can.
Yes, great. So here there is 你 look at this 你很少你很少很少 what does 很少 mean? Seldom, right? You seldom 你很少 because 少 means little or few. So when you link it with 很 你很少 it means seldom. You seldom 生病 it means you seldom get sick. The person doesn't fall sick. Can take like years, like 3 years, without catching colds or having malaria or seeing him or her unhealthy. It says 是不是 you see 是不是是不是喜欢运动 Could it be because 喜欢 you like 运动 exercising? Look the guy right here. He likes running. I guess you like doing sports, don't you? So this 是不是 is like the person who is asking, who is the first person, is giving you choices. The first choice or the first answer can be 是. The second answer can be 不是. So 是 is a positive answer and 不是 is a negative answer. So Chinese in their speech, they like using this statement many times. 是不是是不是是不是 Then you say 是 If it is 不是不是是不是Alright, let's say 是不是喜欢运动 The answer here is 是啊是啊是啊 means yes sure 我每天每 we just looked at 每 means every each 天 day I every day 早上 every day morning every day 早上每天早上 every morning 我每天早上都要出去都要出去跑步 I got out for a jog every morning 跑步 running every morning 你每天几点 You every day 几点 Remember G for numbers below 10 if it is used not following the measure word. So he says 你每天几点起床 What time do you wake up in the morning? 我每天6点起床 This person wakes up at 6 6 is 6每天6点 wakes up at 6 a.m. and then goes for jogging. That's why he seldom falls sick. 很少生病 Alright, you can look at this dialogue right here. Take some note of new words. And if you have any question, you can ask it. I give you 2 minutes to look at it. Alright, I see a raised arm. There is a question. You can please unmute your mic and ask. I see Shayla is asking about 出去. 出去 is to get out because 出 is to get out. 出 to get out. 出去. So in the morning, 要出去. Okay. 要 I have to. 出去. 去 is to go, right? 出 is go out. That's why.
Okay, my question is, so these people are using measure words at most instead of using actual numbers. For instance, if I want to say below 10, that is it G?
Yes.
Then above 10, instead of using like 8 or 9 or 6 or 3 like that, they use something like this, like a measure. They measure something below 10 or something above 10, and they leave it tiny.
All right, I got your question. I got your question. Let me try to make it clear once more. So G, last time we learned the first G in HSK1, and first of all, this G, we saw it asking for age, but for people under 10 years, okay, young children. So if you say like ni, this is you, ni 几岁? 你几岁了? Asking about how old are you. This is how old are you for a kid under 10 years. 你几岁了? You see, in this case, G is used before a measure word. 岁 is age. Okay, 你几岁了? 岁 is age, but in this case, it's a measure word. And then for people above 10 years, 50, 20, instead of G, you use duo. Duo. For example, you can say 你多大了? 你多大了? Now this is another question. 你多大了? 多大? How old are you? How old are you? Instead of saying 你几岁了, say 你多大了? So another instance, he just asked about G and measure word. So this G here we are learning about is used with a measure word. For example, 几个. You see this G after G is a measure word. And a measure word is a word, it acts like just like you say a chair, a book, a tree, okay, the headmaster, a torch, a cup. So this is G, the measure word, like article. So when you say 几个, and then plus noun, which is in this case 叶子, okay. The sentence was 我们要不要买几个新的椅子? The question was like this in the text. 我们要不要买几个新的椅子? Do you think we should buy some new chairs? 几个. So it actually means the chairs are not necessarily above 10. Okay, but they told us, if you go back in the grammar points, when you use G, then plus 10, okay, then it means it is dozen, but not above 20, okay. And if you say 10, then plus G, then it is dozens of dozens, like, but not above 100. It is tens in that case. Yes, I hope your question is answered. If not, you can go through the grammar part that we just looked at in the previous minutes. All right. So that's all for lesson 1 of chapter 2. Then we go to lesson 2 of chapter 2. Here we have new words like yao. You see, this yao means medicine or drug. Yes, don't worry. If you don't understand at this time, you understand with more examples that we are going to see. You'll see the application of the measure word and the word ji and duo. Yes, me too. I didn't understand all these things at the beginning, but the more you use them, the more you revise. Also, you get to understand these things even deeper. 身体 body. 出院 we just leave the hospital, to be discharged from the hospital. 出 just asked about 出 in the comment. 出去 出去 means to get out. 出去 from your room, from your house, from the hospital. Here in this case, they replace 去 with 院. 出院 出 to get out or to come out. You see, 出 to come out. Alright, so let's look at this. It says, this is a question. 需要了吗? Look at the nurse. It's asking the granny here. 需要了吗? 吃 to eat or to take medicine. 需要了吗? 需要了吗? 需要. So here I have a structure. Verb 需, right? Plus what? Plus noun, then plus l, then plus ma. So you can use this formation, this formula here. You can replace this verb to eat with any verb. You can replace this noun with any noun that you want, then plus la and ma, and create as many sentences as you can. And you'll be surprised how you'll be improving your Chinese. So we learned a couple of many verbs and nouns in Chinese. For example, you can say drink, okay, or my, let's say my, which is buy, okay. Let's use this same formula, verb to buy. You'll be like, okay, my, let me use a verb to buy, and you'll be like, okay, my, this is how you write my, okay, my, we learned a cup, okay. So let's say my 杯子, my 杯子, 杯子 is a noun, okay. My 杯子 plus了 ma, which is a question particle. It means did you. In this case, it means did you, okay. Did you do so and so? So it is a past tense, okay. This is a past tense. If you do it like this, verb plus noun plus了and ma. So here it is did you. Did you buy a cup? See, it is did you take your medicine? 吃药了吗? Let's look at another example. Let's say you want to ask someone if they took water. So you'll be like, huh? How do you say drink in Chinese? Huh? 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 喝水了吗? 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 Did you drink water? Alright. You can replace this yao also with food. 吃饭了吗? You're asking the person if they ate food. 吃饭了吗? 吃饭了吗? Sometimes I come to your inbox in WhatsApp and I'll ask if you did homework. I'll be like, okay, 写, which is to write. 写 verb, okay, then plus noun. What is the noun? Homework. 作业. 写作业, then plus 了 and ma. Did you write did you because it is past? Okay. What will be your answer in this case? If you wrote the homework, you'll be okay. 是啊 是啊，口吗？是啊。写我写 I wrote 我写作业了，我写作业了。Here, if it is did you drink water, you'll be like 是啊 yes 是啊。我喝水了 sorry 水it's 水 not 水 water 喝水了吗？是啊，我喝水了。Just say 喝水了 even if you just say 喝水了 it is correct. Verb plus noun plus la. You just remove ma because ma is for questions and your answer is just positive word. Alright, so we continue. It says 吃药了吗？现在身体怎么样？ How do you feel now? 现在身体怎么样？ Says 吃了 see 吃了 So you can also say 喝了写了写 then plus la and your answer is complete. Verb plus la. Verb here is what? 喝 plus la 喝水了吗？吃饭了吗？吃 plus 了吃了吃了 you see Did you eat? 吃了现在好多了 I feel much better now. Okay, she was sick and ill, but now she feels much better because she took medicine. 什么时候能出院 When can you leave the hospital? 医生说 the doctor says 医生 doctor 说 said okay or according to the doctor 下个星期 means next week 出院 take note alright高 repeat 高 is an adjective that means tall or high 高 me you see me it sounds like meters right yes it means meters me this me can also mean grain or rice 知道 means to know 知道我知道 I know 我知道 know now you have some interesting new words here this is very short and cool so it says 大卫今年 okay pay attention 大卫 this is David in Chinese 大卫今年 this year 多大 I mentioned this a few minutes 大卫今年多大今年 this year 多大 How old is 大卫 You see 大卫 is above 10 so we use 多大 instead of 几岁多 You see 多 comes back here 大卫今年多大 How old is David this year? It says 20多 You see number plus 多 that means he's above this 20 he's not just 20 he's like 20 and some months 20多岁他多高 How tall is he? How tall is he? He says this is how they say the height in Chinese 1米8 You can say 1米8 which means 1.8 1 meter and 8 It is like 1.8 You say 1 meter plus 8 1米8 then plus g So if you add g it means he's more than 180 centimeters tall 1米8几 Mr. David Then it says 你怎么知道这么多呀你怎么知道这么多 How comes you know so much about him? It says 他是我同学 He is my classmate 他是我同学 Let's go through it again 大卫今年多大 Repeat 大卫今年多大 B answers 20多岁 Repeat once more 20多岁他多高 The first question is 多大 Here is 多高1米8几 Short answer and precise 你怎么知道 No, how do you know? This is 怎么 how 你 How do you know? 这么 This How do you know 这么多呀 This I is surprise in this case 哎呀这么多呀 How do you know this much about him? The person knows his age and his height. It says 他是我同学 He is my classmate. That's why I know more about him. Alright, a few minutes to look at this. And if you have a question, you can ask about this one and the previous one here. 需要了吗? Is there anything you don't understand before we move on to the next? Alright, seems there is no question. Let's continue. So here it says 休息 Okay, this is very interesting. 休息 To have or take a rest, take a break. Repeat 休息忙 is an adjective, busy 忙时间 Repeat 时间 time 时间 time 张老师 This is teacher Zhang 张老师星期六也不休息也不休息啊 This is surprise at the end doesn't Mr. Zhang doesn't take a break. He doesn't take a Saturday off. 张老师星期六 is Saturday. 也不休息 He doesn't take an off even on Saturday. 是啊，他这几天很忙。这几天 means nowadays. These days 很忙 very busy. We saw 忙 means busy. 没有时间 So you can tell someone invites you to a function and be like 没有时间 I have no time but it's impolite yeah don't just say I don't have time just say 不好意思 we shall learn that but in this case they're talking about him not having time to rest yes that's why he doesn't take a Saturday off 没有时间休息 yes 没有时间 I don't have time let's say for useless things 没有时间A comes back 那会很累 This 累 means tired 那会很累吧 That must be very tiring 很累那会很累吧他每天回来都很累 Every time he comes back he's exhausted 很累 You see he's already exhausted while he's working even on weekend you see a lot of stuff he has to work on Mr. Zhang 老师 Alright, let's look at just 是不是 and call it a night. I'll wrap up real quickly. He says 是不是 So this one, if one raises a question and is somehow certain about a fact or situation, they can use this kind of question to confirm their guess. Like here, 是不是 Literally yes or no. 是不是 It's important. It's usually used before the predicate or the beginning or the end of a sentence. For example, look at the first sentence here. 你很少生病 You seldom fall sick. We just looked at that. Okay. 是不是 You see, at this case, it comes in the middle. It says before the predicate. 喜欢运动是不是喜欢运动 You know, the person is already certain about the situation. Saying yes or no. He knows, but if he confirms, it will sound like, I don't know. But maybe you need to confirm from the person, okay, the second person. It says, 是不是? You see now here, 是不是 is at the beginning. Okay, beginning. 是不是明天爸爸 father tomorrow father 休息 tomorrow father is taking a break is resting 休息是不是明天爸爸休息 father is resting tomorrow yes or no and then you have number 3 says 我们星期一 on Monday 去北京我们星期一去北京 on Monday we go to Beijing okay this if you just end here then it's like you've already confirmed it but you need an approval from your friends then you'll be like 是不是 now this 是不是 comes at the end of the sentence it can be in the middle okay before the predicate it can be at the beginning of the sentence and at the end of the sentence 是不是 it's very important you hear Chinese speaking it many times. They like using it. 是不是啊？是不是啊？是不是？ Because if they don't use it, they think like they are commanding you. If he says, "Let's go," you feel like so I can't make a choice. I have no choice. I just have to follow the command. But if you say 是不是啊？是不是? Yes, he might be wanting you to say a positive answer, of course, but yeah, in a polite way. 是不是？是啊. Most times people will always give you negative, like positive answers to say 是不是 and be like 是不是? Yep. All right. So this brings us to the end of our class tonight. Thanks for following. Thanks for being with us. Yes, it's been really amazing. It's always amazing. Yep, 谢谢大家. If you found this video helpful, you can give a like, subscribe, and share with your friends for more useful content. If you have a question, you can ask in this remaining time, then I'll answer you. And if you're on YouTube, you can just put in the comment section. Yes, 大家有问题可以直接问我. If you have a question, you can ask me immediately. Is there a question?
What is the name of our YouTube handle?
I will share it on the group. Yep. I'll share the link on our group. That's where I usually upload our classes. Alright, so if there is no any other question, then we can... A question? Yes.
Would you just clarify about the let's go, shibushi? Is this one word or is that two different words? Let's go. But here it sounds like it's a single word. Just a clarity.
Where is let's go? Which... So you want to connect let's go with shibushi?
Yes.
Oh, so let's go. You can say zoba. Let me write it here. So in this case, zoba, zoba. Zoba, zoba. So in this case, you're not commanding, okay? It's a suggestion, zoba. You grab someone's hand and you be like, zoba, zoba, zoba. So in this case, you don't need to use shibushi because even this zo is a verb and shi is a verb. But however, you can replace she with 走. For example, you can say 走不走,走不走. See, go or not go. You see, yes, he it makes sense. Are you going or not? Tonight, let's go. Maybe watch a movie. 走不走?走不走? And they'll be like 走 or 不走. Okay. You can be inviting someone to eat food. Eating is 吃. So you'll be like, maybe someone is giving you something to eat, and the person will be like 吃不吃? You see, 吃不吃. So you can just play around with verbs. Just put the verb at the beginning and at the end, like in front and behind bu. And in this case, you will be doing what? What will you be doing? It just acts like magic, You're creating short sentences, and you're actually giving that person like a choice to make either a negative or positive choice, okay? Because you already maybe certain, you don't know if they want or not. 吃不吃,走不走,好不好,去不去,好不好,是不是. There are a lot of verbs, and we've learned them in HSK1 and HSK2. So you could replace, it's not necessarily just 是, you can use any other word. Yes. Thanks for the question. I like it, and I hope you answered. Yes. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining our class tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. 明天见.明天见. See you tomorrow. Love you all. Bye bye.
明天见。
明天见.